but you don't know what you got in store, baby. You got to face the God of War. And get ready, baby. Fire in the hot.
Mike Tyson had made a shocking announcement ahead of his fight with Jake Paul, as he plans to take some time off from his other ventures and just focus on the training for the upcoming bout. Mike Tyson bids farewell to his podcast Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson in a heartfelt video message to his Instagram followers. Tyson expressed gratitude for the experiences and connections made through hot boxing, signaling a new chapter in his life as he focuses on training for the upcoming fight with Jake Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are my final recordings of hot boxing. I really enjoyed being a part of this journey and all the people that I met, the remarkable people that I met and interviewed. And by now, for me, this is my next chapter in life. Please enjoy the following socials at Mike Tyson and MikeTyson.com for my next venture, please. I love you all.
This dedication shows that Mike is taking this fight seriously and wants to win at every cost. He has been training almost every day despite his old age. This level of commitment definitely gives a factor of excitement to the people, and Tyson Fury is one of them. Fury believes that the Tyson-Paul fight is fantastic for boxing, and everyone should enjoy it rather than criticize it.
Listen, from being a kid on the Disney Channel to fighting Mike Tyson, who wouldn't want to do that? You know, you got a legend in Mike Tyson, you've got a YouTube boxer who's come into the game and blew it up, and, you know, I think it's fantastic for boxing. I just don't know what's not to like. Oh, okay, the guy's 57 years old, but he's a former undisputed world heavyweight king. And listen, who am I to say, oh, Mike Tyson shouldn't be boxing or Jake Paul shouldn't be boxing? You got to admire them both, and I wish them both the best of luck.
Former WWE champion Rob Van Dam also believes that this fight is super intriguing. He thinks the way that people have split opinion on this fight is what makes it special. RVD stated, "The whole concept is intriguing and exciting. The feedback has really pulled me into it because it's almost like politics, where the people seem so split and everyone is so positive that they're right. I've seen so many comments about, man, he's going to fight a 60-year-old man. Wait, he's saying he wants to be a serious boxer, and he's going after a retired 60-year-old. No one's going to take him seriously. Come on, dude." And there's the other ones like, nah, Tyson is going to hurt him no matter what. That's Mike Tyson. Both sides, like I said, just like politics. UFC middleweight fighter Bo Nickel didn't believe the fight when it was first announced. He thinks that the fact this fight is going to be on Netflix is crazy and will generate tons of cash for the both fighters.
I thought it was a joke at first, and then I was like, oh, frick, that's literally the craziest thing ever. Unbelievable.
I'm interested to hear glove size.
Getting hit with a 16-ounce glove versus like an 8 or 10-ounce glove is not even close to the same thing.
I just can't believe that's on Netflix. That's I think, the craziest part of it all.
Yeah, I love that.
They're getting a bag to do that.
Yeah, Netflix is going crazy, though. They're going to take over sports, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if after the ESPN deal that UFC went to Netflix. Could for sure happen. They just got stupid money, bro.
They have unlimited money.
They have unlimited money.
It's true.
However, Andrew Tate has previously stated that no amount of money can lure him in to fight an old Mike Tyson.
Would you fight Mike Tyson?
Again, no, because he's now old.
Fighting Mike Tyson is such an honor, and to step in there with a legend means the world to me. It's the biggest moment of my career.
It would be an absolutely tragic shame to knock out an old version of his prime self. That doesn't feel fair. Prime Tyson would have ripped me apart in a boxing match. He would have beaten me, so to beat him when he's past his prime just feels dishonorable. So there's no amount of money on the planet that could convince me to fight Mike Tyson.
UFC star Henry Cejudo has put forward estimates on what he thinks Mike Tyson will earn for accepting this fight. Henry stated, "It's clear that there's a significant payday for Mike. He's probably going to rake in close to $20 million, and he's about to turn 58 years old. Jake is 27, and Mike is 57. But Bernard Hopkins criticizes Mike Tyson for taking a fight for money, knowing that it might ruin his legacy. He's also not a big fan of the showdown. Bernard stated, "I don't like it. I don't like it. I look at Mike. I look at him differently in a way of my era. Like people looked at Ali, and I looked at Ali differently too. Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Robinson. I don't like it. I think it's becoming more of a sideshow with some sweat and maybe some blood if we're lucky. I won't watch it. I could watch two turtles race and be more excited. It's because of how I look at Mike Tyson. I've shared not only the ring with Mike Tyson a few times, but the era, a little tip of the era. I just think it degrades him. You're getting $100 million, $200 million. Please, okay. Dylan Dennis was asked about the upcoming Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal fight when he compared it with the Tyson-Paul fight and called both of them embarrassing.
Shitty, it's embarrassing. I think Masvidal beats him pretty handily. I think he's more athletic. I think Nate is kind of out of it. You know, he's CTE, brain dead, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's bullshit. It's a money grab, just like the Tyson and Jake Paul shit. But
when asked this question, Dylan was present at the premiere of Conor McGregor's upcoming film Roadhouse. Talking of this, Conor himself has expressed his distaste for the Tyson-Paul fight earlier.
Your thoughts on this Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight?
Oh, geez, I don't. It's a bit strange. The interest is a low one. I don't know. I don't understand it. I wish well for Mike.
Conor saying the interest is low for the upcoming fight didn't sit well with Jake Paul. Jake fired back at Conor and assured everyone that his fight against Mike Tyson is going to be the biggest ever. Jake stated, "Conor, you're saying that the interests are low for the fight, but the last fight you announced was 1,000 articles written in a multiple-day span to people talking about your fight. In the same multiple-day span, there are 10,000 articles written about my fight with Mike. So in my opinion, this fight is the biggest fight this world will ever see." When previously asked during a press conference, UFC President Dana White didn't approve of this fight.
Mike Tyson has been announced a return to boxing. I know in the past you said you didn't want him to fight again. You tried to talk him out of fighting again. Have you spoken to him about this one?
He gets mad when I do this, but Mike's 60, man. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Who gives a shit what I think? It's not my fight. I love Mike Tyson, you know, personally as a friend, and he's one of my favorite athletes of all time. I don't know. Let's see what he can go in there and put together a training camp and come in, and, you know, I don't like to see guys fighting it. A 31-year age difference during that fight. Just, you guys know what I think of that stuff.
That said, it is on Netflix, which is a new development, right? Them getting into live sports. Obviously, you have a TV deal coming up soon.
I think that Netflix should have gotten into live sports years ago. I think they're late to the game, but they are a force.
Now, recently, Dana has spoken again regarding the fight, and his views haven't changed much. During the Pound for Pound with Kamaru and Henry podcast, Dana again highlighted the age difference between the two fighters. He stated, "I love Mike, and I hate talking about it because he always gets mad at me when I talk about this stuff. But when the fight happens, he'll be 58 years old. There will be a 31-year age difference between these two." Dana also jokingly poked Jake Paul to fight Clint Eastwood next. Jake Paul did fight a kid his age, Tommy Fury, and he lost. I just saw this thing on the internet yesterday, and I reposted it where it says, if he beats Mike Tyson, he's going to fight Clint Eastwood next, who's 93 years old. Jake has previously stated that he wants to be taken seriously and get in the world title picture. However, Dana believes that Jake doesn't want to be taken seriously and just wants money out of his fights. Dana stated Jake Paul, doesn't even want to be taken seriously. What Jake wants is, Jake wants to make money. The people that follow Jake Paul don't buy Jake Paul's fights. So Jake has to fight people who can actually sell pay-per-views. Oscar De La Hoya shares the same thought, as he believes that even if this mega fight will be seen around the world, Jake Paul has to fight young competitive fighters in order to be taken seriously. However, former UFC middleweight champion Sean Strickland wasn't too sweet when talking about this fight. He went berserk on Jake Paul and said if he met Jake in person, he might go to prison.
It's bullshit, man. It's how old is Mike Tyson? 60?
57.
57. Jake Paul, you are a disgrace of a man. You are the epitome of weakness. You are the scum of the earth. The fact that you even have a platform or anything of that nature is a slight on society. You truly make me disgusted. And if I ever encounter you in real life, I hope that I just don't lose my shit and go to prison.
Canelo Alvarez was also not very fond of this fight. During the press conference for his fight, Canelo was asked regarding Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Canelo simply said, "Oh," and started walking off.
Canelo,
about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, Canelo? Thank you. What about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson? What do you think about that fight?
This shows that Canelo doesn't hold high regards for this fight. The relationship between him and Mike also doesn't look very good. During the same conference when Canelo was told that Mike advised him to face David Benavidez instead of Jaime Munguia, Canelo mockingly stated, "I'd respect his opinion if he was sober." Just like this, Teddy Atlas also questions the credibility of this fight. He believes that this fight might be scripted, just like the WWE. Teddy stated, "Unless this is a WWE agreement, which I don't know that it is. I never said this before because I think all these fights are legitimate, and they are and have been. But this one makes me wonder." He believes that if there's not an agreement between the two, Jake might be making a mistake. I'm not questioning the integrity of Paul. In fact, I like his integrity. I like what I've seen in the guy. I'm just saying, if there was a time I would question it, this would be the time. I can't see, unless Paul is that confident, that Tyson is too old now and he's that good, because Paul has been getting more confident, and he does have a good right hand and does punch well with it, and Tyson leads with left hooks. Maybe Paul thinks he can hit him with a right hand, I don't know. All I know is that this is the first time I've said, I wonder if there's an agreement, because if there's no agreement, Paul might be making a mistake. He also believes that Mike still has that power, and Jake might be at risk. I'm surprised Paul is taking this risk. Power doesn't disappear even when you're old. He's still got speed in the combinations. He's still got that style. But Chael Sonnen believes that this statement of power goes last is complete nonsense. He questions the pros who are throwing this statement around regarding Mike that he still has the power. Chael questions them and asks if they don't even believe that Jake could take one single punch.
Mike Tyson hits him, it's over. What do you mean if he hits him, it's over? What do you mean? Jake just can't take a punch? I mean, Jake's never been to Anderson Silva hit him and he didn't go. Like, what are you saying? That Jake cannot take a punch? Or are you saying that Mike's punches are just so good? Because Roy took them, lots and lots of them, and that was years ago. Jake Paul can't take one punch? Really? Power's the last thing to go? Really? Mike Tyson needs to get to Jake Paul, that's true. Mike Tyson's gonna need to grind for however long this fight is, and that's one detail we haven't been told. There's a rumor today that they were gonna wear 18-ounce gloves and headgear. That is just simply fiction. That is not true.
On the other hand, Paulie Malignaggi, a boxing pundit and ex-world champion, has cast skepticism on the authenticity of the training videos shared by Mike Tyson. He said, "I gotta say, man, I'm not sure where Tyson is with his motivation. I don't know how recent the videos are, because I spoke to some people who were with Tyson not that long ago, and he didn't look the most active. I don't know if the video reel is recent or just created to create headlines." Malignaggi expressed skepticism regarding the authenticity of the videos. He exacerbated the uncertainty by asserting acquaintance with individuals connected to Tyson, who disclosed to him that Tyson's recent activity levels have been notably low. He said, "I don't know if it's a recent video of him hitting the pads, to tell you the truth, because I saw some people not long ago, in the last couple of months, and he was very chilled out. He was not discussing anything physical." Meanwhile, Jake Paul responded to Conor McGregor after the former UFC champion suggested that public interest in a fight between Tyson and Paul was lacking. Conor McGregor shared his insights on the impending match. He said, "Oh geez, it's a bit strange, you know. The interest is low. I don't know. I don't understand it. I wish well for Mike Tyson." McGregor believes that the level of excitement surrounding a potential matchup between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul is rather tepid. However, Paul's dissatisfaction with McGregor's perspective is palpable, to say the least. During his broadcast on the BS podcast, Paul expressed, "Conor, you're claiming that interest in the fight is lacking, yet the previous bout you announced garnered a flurry of attention, with thousands of articles pinned over several days and widespread discussion about your last match." Moreover, Paul emphasized the unprecedented online engagement the fight announcement had received, mentioning the tens of millions of views on Instagram alone, not only from their own posts, but also from various sports pages, indicating a high level of public interest. Paul added, "In that same multiple-day span, there were 10,000 articles written about this. No fight ever has done these numbers in terms of face-off views and Instagram reels. Just on our main pages alone, it's like 50 or 60 million Instagram views on both of our posts. Not to mention every single other sports page posting it. Jake Paul addressed the negativity from some sectors, including from established figures like Conor McGregor, suggesting that their criticism might stem from jealousy. He added, "This is, in my mind, the biggest fight the world will ever see. There's no reason for them to be jealous. I get people are jealous, but when the old heads like Conor are trying to hate, it's like, why are you trying to pull people down?" The main concern for many people regarding this fight is for Mike's age and health. They believe that getting in the ring at this age could be very dangerous for his well-being. Their concerns seem valid, as Mike was recently seen in a video where he could barely hoop off a platform after his training.
In the water, all over there, there's a seed bag that the hash gets caught into. If you step down, Tim's going to pull up some hash for us.
Why do I feel like I'm on Everest Mountain?
Because you're the highest man alive. Yeah, so ice water hash, you want to work in 60 degree or below room temperature. Ideally, you want to be in a freezer. Just one step there, and then so Tim's pulling out. After we do our collections here, we bring it to a jump in.
But Mike's trainer, Rafael Cordero, believes that people shouldn't be concerned about Mike's health and safety, as the Iron Mike knows what he's doing. Rafael stated, "I believe people don't have to be concerned about his health and safety. You're talking about a guy who was a two-time world champ, the guy that had 29 fights in 2 years. He knows how to fight. He's fought against the best guys in the world. When he steps inside the ring, he knows what to do." It's not something new for Mike, and this fight is no different. He works hard every single day to go there and try his best to knock Jake out from the beginning to the end. So what are your thoughts about this mega fight? Are you a fan, or do you think that this fight doesn't make any sense? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.